in the book, you speak quite a lot, of course, about your sexuality and, being gay in the heavy metal universe, and how it came out to your fans in 1998 in that famous MTV interview. But in reality, that could have happened around 20 years earlier, right? If people simply connect the dots in Sin After Sin's Raw Deal song. So my question is, I mean, there are actually two questions here. First of all, how come you think that, that no one actually connected those dots? Because right now, to me personally, it seems impossible. And secondly, do you think that would have changed anything for Judas Priest? And would you be where you're at right now if that would have happened?
Well, it is a great song, and I'm glad we're talking about it today. I'm hoping that this conversation will go out in June, which is Pride Month around the world. It's a very important month for LGBTQI people. And so when I wrote those lyrics, again, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to write a song that will basically let everybody know that I'm a gay metalhead. It was never that. It was just a story that came from, I was reading an article about this place called Fire Island, and I just put some of my feelings into this place that I've still never been to, but I know what it represents. And I just made up a story. I made up a story, a lot of my lyrics are fantasy and imagination. And so there I'm writing these words, and I show the guys and they go, oh, this is a pretty cool story. They never questioned it beyond that. It's obvious that everybody in Priest at that point knew I was a gay guy, but they didn't, the band at the time didn't go, oh, we can't do this because this is like your coming out type of thing. And we don't put that personal side of who we are into our music, which is somewhat true. But I put the song out, and as you just said, it just, the message, what the song was about, for the most part, people didn't connect the dots. They just thought it was a really cool song, which it is.
It is a great song.
I really want to do that. I really want to do that song again. I hope we get to play this on this 50th anniversary run, because it's going to be a great thing to do, having never done it, in context of where I am and where we are in metal and in our world, in our community. But yeah, there it was. It was just a great song, and that was that. But as far as if people had connected the dots back then, yes, then this hypothetical idea, who knows? Maybe it would have been the end of Priest. Maybe we would have had a lot of pushback from the label, because, as I say in the book, there was a time in the 80s when the label and management and everybody was saying, Rob, you need to tone it down a little bit, because we don't want pictures of you showing up of you in a gay bar or a leather club or whatever. We don't want that. It's in the news because we feel that in the climate, today's climate at that time, that it's going to work against the band. And so I had to take a kind of a backseat point of view as far as exploiting that for my own self-worth. And what I mean by that is that none of us in Priest have ever done that with this band. We've never used the band for anything, Mm-hmm. And I understood that what I was being requested to do was the most sensible, logical thing to do. If I'd have said, oh, no, I'm just going to go out and do what I want, then the ramifications could have been detrimental to the band. And you protect your band. You do everything you can to protect your band. Your band is your life. Your band is your family. And there are always ways to get through those types of rocky roads, And so we did. But that song has become really important for gay metalheads. And so maybe there'll be a chance to play it live for the first time on the 50th anniversary.
100%. And think about it, it's crazy because it wasn't that long ago. It was like 40
No,
years.
It wasn't.
It wasn't that long.
It wasn't.
And the stigma was still so strong.
Yeah. The way the world has changed for the better for people like myself. in a good way, but we've still got a long way to go. Not only here in America, but in my home country to a certain extent.
Oh, Europe.
Equality is, yeah, equality is equality. I know it's difficult for gay metalheads in Ukraine. I know it's extremely difficult for gay metalheads in Poland, in Hungary. You know, we just have to do what we've always done, which is stick together, never give up, never give in, and keep fighting. And it's a long slog, you know, it's a long slog. It's just, you got to keep chipping away. And this is the whole thing about social revolution for people's rights, people's human rights. We all wish we could do a Thanos and go, everything's fixed, but it's not like that. Life isn't like that, particularly when life and all of its rules and regulations are driven by government, and to a great extent people we elect these people into power. So if say you've got a politician that is against people like me, that's been elected by people like him, then it's not just a politician, it's all of his voters. So the only way you can change that type of thing is to find another politician that represents and supports people like you, but there's more of you than the other guy. That's how democracy works. So that's the way you push and change and shift agendas, you know. And the only way you do that is by working hard. And it can be as simple as a song. It can be as simple as standing in a street and holding up a banner. It can be as simple as going to jail. But all these little simple tasks are incredibly strong and potent and powerful. So all of that is part of where we're at right now in the metal world in June of 2021. There's still a lot of work to do, and we'll keep working. We'll make the good things happen.